All right, today I want to talk about some pad work theory. What we want to get away from is just kind of robotic, like terrible, kind of boring pad work, right? I'm working here with Stevie, and Stevie's calling commands for me, but I still have a brain for myself. I can still be creative, and I can still look for openings, and I can read body language and angles and look for things on my own, okay? So maybe he's calling for 3, right? Jab, cross, hook. The way that he's standing right now, like, his front leg is out a little ways. Maybe I could find the inside low. Obviously, you know, he's my pad holder, he's my buddy, I'm gonna take care of him. I don't need to slam into this kick, but this is just to program me for later when I'm at sparring. Maybe I see a combination, I see an opening, boom, I can take it without my pad holder necessarily telling me to do it, okay? On that same note, as I'm hitting, the belly pad, I've been trying to tell this to all the students at class, the belly pad is a green light, it's always on, right? Maybe he calls for a punch and I see the teep underneath. It's always there. Just like your partners at sparring, just like their bodies are always there to touch, right? And again, my pad holder is not calling for this teep in that instance, so I'm not gonna throw it with a ton of speed or a ton of power, but I just wanna get that rep of saying, okay, it's open, his elbows aren't really like covering it a whole lot, I'm at a good angle for myself to find the teep. So if I can just get that rep, then maybe, hopefully later on at sparring, I can start to find it there as well, okay? Again, going back to the belly pad being an always on green light, you know, Stevie holds for my cross, and I find myself in a nice position for this body hook. I can take it. I gotta get used to seeing these things for myself. Then maybe on the next rep, he goes, yeah, let's take that. Let's go cross hook to the body. Then he can kind of brace for it, and I can throw a little bit more power, a little bit more speed because he's ready for it, okay? Calls for a jab. I like the inside low off that sometimes. Maybe I want to double it, find the knee. 3, low kick's a nice, easy one there. Boom. Especially after a low kick, some stuff opens up, some space opens up. A lot of times they step in right for the teep.
3.
Yeah, I like that. So I showed him that I wanted to kind of ad-lib that cross to the body. Then he goes again, so he gives me another rep at it. And then as I'm hitting pads, I can ask him, let me get the lead uppercut after that. So now we just built a quick little chunk. Just by it being kind of a two-way street. Him facilitating the movement that I want. And again, I'm taking care of my pad holder. He doesn't have a leg shield or anything on. I don't need to slam this low kick in, but I do want to get good reps at finding it. Keep going, keep going. So I just hit 4 or 5 strikes, and all he called for was 2, right? He said jab cross, boom, I found the inside low kick, I found the teep underneath, I found an angle on my own. These are all things we want to start looking for on our own without being told by our pad holder. That way we're not, you know, going into sparring kind of robotic and waiting for commands, because no one at sparring, no one in a fight is going to tell you what to do. You got to start looking for it on your own. So just to reiterate, you know, being creative and trying to see these things for yourself is really like the next level of where we're trying to get towards when it comes to pad holding and pad work.